What is the biggest thing you end up neglecting when you're so busy thinking, dwelling on your past, and you're constantly thinking about what's ahead of you? It's your present moment. It's right now. I used to always live by this quote that was mentioned to me in Taekwondo, and it was, begin with the end in mind. I would always, let's say, achieve a goal, and immediately after achieving it, I would think about what the next thing is. And I would never take the time to actually self-reflect and understand that what it is that I just did, I need to ask myself, how can I apply it into my life right now, instead of constantly thinking about what the next thing is.
Being in the moment, they say that depression is dwelling on the past and anxiety is fearing the future. So if you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're depressed, it's because you're dwelling on the past. But the now, dude, there's magic in the now.
Something that Tal-Ben Shahar mentions is, imagine you are a mountain climber. Now, as a mountain climber, you have to be more ever present than you've ever been in your life. One step taken that should not have been taken because your mind was somewhere else is detrimental to your own life. You sometimes might find that you're your own worst enemy when it comes to keeping your mental stability grounded. So when we actually start to realize that there's not necessarily this amount of attention and impact we're putting on to the destination, what should we be putting our focus back to stay present? So I'm going to throw a word here in the mix. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias can be defined as the tendency to interpret, favor, search for, or recall information in which contributes or strengthens your past beliefs or your hypothesis. If what you currently value no longer is associated with your confirmation bias, that is okay. You can take a step back and ask yourself, what has changed from what I believed in the past compared to what I now believe in wholeheartedly that makes me happy right now? Ask yourself, are the values that I grew up with, that I once believed in, are they the same as the values that I'm currently living off of? And if they're not, that's okay. You can come to terms with accepting what you are currently facing in your reality today to now adjust your confirmation bias going forward. Eckhart Tolle, in The Power of Now, mentions the past is nothing more than present moments that have already gone by. And the future is a collection of present moments waiting to arrive.
In 99.9 repeated percent of the time, you're fine in the now. Life is okay in the now. And if you can appreciate, the way you're feeling, the smells, what you're hearing, if you can just be in the moment, really, again, 99.9% of the time, anxiety and depression don't exist in the now.
From this moment onwards, I want you to think about the 3 S's. Keep it simple, keep it sequential, and keep it segmented. When you go about your day, yes, your day, being back to the present, write a checklist, right? Think of certain things that are going on that you need to get done today and know that you can get them done. Make sure it's simple. Make sure it's segmented. Have certain things that need to get done in certain categories as opposed to making it all over the place. And then make it sequential. Look at what you need to get done in your day and know the order it needs to get done in. By doing so, you're going to have a clear mind. You'll be able to focus on what needs to be done now. And I encourage you, once you actually get the sense of doing that on a day-to-day basis, repeat all of that on a weekly basis. And then challenge yourself on what needs to get done monthly. Look at what practices you need to make, what actions you need to get done, and what steps you're going to take to get that done. Bring it back to what anchors you. What is it that you're doing on a daily basis that is going to allow for you to feel and be in the present moment. And lastly, but certainly not least, remember to indoctrinate that mountain climber mentality to stay focused on what you are currently doing.